Welcome to News in Brief from Marjayed Global Network. Daily meetings of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The Grand Shia Islamic jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi holds in-person meetings with large numbers of people, including religious scholars, university figures, and social and cultural activists, as well as public groups of people on a daily basis. In these meetings, the attendees report on their activities, explain their views, and listen to the guidelines and advices of the Grand Jurist. Al-Baqee organization ambassador meets Mr. Aref Nasrullah in Iraq. Mr. Aref Nasrullah, the director of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi's public relations office in Holy Karbala, called for serious measures to reconstruct the sacred sites of Baqee Cemetery in Holy Medina. Mr. Nasrullah, in his meeting with Mr. Shafiq Hussein Badr, the ambassador of Al-Baqee organization in Chicago, USA, hoped that the pressure on the despotic and Wahhabi regime of Saudi Arabia would force the authorities to accept requests about the holy cemetery of Baqee. The ambassador of Al-Baqee organization also talked about his plans to start communities in Holy Karbala during Arba'in pilgrimage in order to raise the issue of Baqee reconstruction among the Shia populace. He further explained that the public awareness about Baqee Cemetery will definitely have good effects in the future of this monumental Islamic heritage. He also said that the rebuilding of Baqee is a religious duty and humanitarian and civil demand. Mr. Shafiq continued, "We should keep insisting on our demands about Baqee Cemetery even if the Saudi authorities refuse to accept them. Hopefully, we will be able to make changes in the long term." Mr. Shafiq clarified that Shias will demand the reconstruction of Baqee during the Arba'in pilgrimage, which is a global and important event. The Al-Baqee organization and the Public Relations Office of the Grand Jurist will distribute pamphlets, journals, flags, and water bottles that have slogans about the reconstruction of Baqee and the tombs of the Holy Infallible Imam during upcoming Arba'in pilgrimage. In the end, Mr. Shafiq stated, "At the moment, we are trying to be the voice of the Hajj pilgrims who've been subject to harassment and intimidation by the Saudi police at the United Nations and other human rights assemblies." Annaba delegations take part in UN workshops in Baghdad, Iraq. Members of Annaba Cultural and Media Institute in Holy Karbala took part at 2 media workshops sponsored by the UN at the Iraqi capital, Baghdad. The first workshop investigated ways to achieve national reconciliation in Iraq, and the second workshop by the UN focused on the moral codes of UN staff in war-torn countries. These 2 workshops were attended by media experts and several civil rights activists. The special representative of the UN in Iraq, who was attending these workshops, evaluated the UN projects to form an Iraqi army and improve educational and medical aids in 2003 as positive. He further admitted to the project failure of the UN to establish a national reconciliation plan in Iraq. The participants at these workshops blamed some specific political figures for the conflicts in the country. The UN representative in Iraq also stated that Iraqi citizens are aware of the problems. They know the fact that their country is not into a sectarian strife. In fact, the problems of Iraq root from political feuds, which are only disguised as sectarian conflicts. The second workshop addressed the moral codes of the UN staff members and contractors who operate in civil rights domains. Shirazi office in Baghdad distributes charitable gifts to the needy. On the auspicious Eid al-Adha, the women's section of Shirazi office in Baghdad distributed its charitable gifts among the needy and the families of the Iraqi martyred soldiers. Nasrullah, the director of this office, explained about these charitable works and said, "Due to successive orders of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, who always asked us to help the needy and the families of the martyrs, we at Shirazi office in Baghdad run charity works on special religious occasions. These charitable gifts include food and cash handouts to almost 150 families."